Sometimes people look at you like you're a sheetrocker, like you're dumber than a box of mud. You're just like, what does this sheetrocker know, right?
Right.
But when it comes to poetry, the fact that I was a sheetrocker said volumes about my intellect. Why would anybody subject themselves to the likes of mud and dust if they didn't have to? They surmised that I wouldn't, and not only do they surmise, they use conjecture to conclude with an attitude of self-righteousness and little regard for the ethical duties to a client, but no ordinary client, as they soon would learn, but an extraordinary client, as those tables would turn. And cacustocracy is not so easy to pronounce, and much easier to announce when it comes to fruition and the nature of my mission. I got caught in a web of deception, but I shook that web very hard. But even now, I contemplate and their reflection commiserate the nature of my flaws. The laws were cause, for paws and claws to ruminate, and I did. I took my notions with me to a law library to see what is at stake with my take on litigation in this capitalistic nation. The Rosetta Stone set the tone for my conflict, but I was lost beyond the mitigation in the face of litigation to confound me. I am met with importune discourse amid the base of subterfuge on a road less traveled in a war of words. Lexical skills are used to confound me, and language presents a conundrum that asks me if I have what it takes to battle with intellectual wit. The gauntlet is set by the intelligentsia of my peers, where I'm beset with the reality of my peers, where beyond the salt in my tears are the years in a life to contend with this strife. But along the way, my own counsel tends to see me as footless, lacking a foundation, and as a result they took a path that they themselves would later question, as subtle notions are presented to me as fact without basis to confirm. And when I refuted what was ill-gotten and demoralizing to a man of my intellect, they never saw it coming. And when I hark back in these instances, I am reminded of human nature to pick on the weak, no matter who it is. But in light of this, they soon learned that I was in no way pedantic and quite possibly saw themselves as dreadnought compared to the likes of me. The mind is not easy to figure out, and the fact that I was a sheetrocker said volumes about my intellect. And I don't think it qualifies as baptism of fire, but it did spur desire to be free of the mire where Jabberwocky teams to put the jub-jub bird in the elusive bandersnatch, a place where predilection paved the way to roadblocks that perplexed me to a high degree. I didn't want to grapple with the terms of a mind game any longer. The rules were there to make me fail, where no avail takes the wind from my sails and leaves me flat broke. But from words spoken to the terms of broken, beyond Hoboken, I was choking on the lies. The types of thing one decries when the truth opens their eyes to an injustice. Hence my war of words, Mr. President, and my gift of literature, John Griffin style, to this world. But when this struggle is over, the newest of my struggles will present themselves, and just like you and yours and all the other things that live here on the planet riot in the galaxy of chaos with theirs. The struggle to exist is universal, and what is just in the eyes of ethical higher ground, I propound, and it transcends borders on this tiny floating sphere, right here, in this space of time.